Kristin, you are in this incredibly powerful position, and I need to know, did you wake up one day as a kid saying, this is where I want to go, this is what I want to be? Are you one of those people who was just so driven that you knew immediately what you wanted to do and how to get there?
Well, when you're little, you don't even know the range of jobs or things that
Yep.
you could do. It's like the teacher or the princess or, the police detective or something. I think when I got older, I wanted to be a writer or a journalist or something more artistic. If you had told me back then that I would be in this job for this company and finance, I would have maybe taken every other option other than that.
So how did you get here?
Like most people, probably through a series of lucky accidents, having people who believed in me. And I think, the old recipe of just working really, really hard and loving what you're doing at that time. And then I have never found I got restless in a particular job or was sort of looking at what was next. I think I was always pushed out of my comfort zone quicker than I was ready for, and ended up just trying to work really hard and doing well at that. And naturally you kind of get pulled up.
So did you not set a plan for yourself?
No, I never set a plan for
You
myself.
never set a plan for yourself.
I think in looking back on it, I think it's important to be clear about your ambition. I also think it's important to be super flexible about what the path is to those ambitions. I think one of the mistakes that I've seen people make is they get set on their boss's job or their boss's boss's job. And that's great, but it's often because that's what they can see. They narrow their options when they do that. And they end up, I think, often being disappointed either because the path is not traditional or because they're only piping to one option instead of multiple options by trying different things.
So by having such a focused plan, you're kind of limiting your options.
I think you can be if you get very dogmatic about the way you want to approach it, because even the people who had a plan, I have never met anyone who stayed on it or who didn't have to be prepared for either something good or bad happening along the way, either at work or at home. Like anything can happen at any minute that's going to disrupt that plan, and you have to know how to flex.
I was just looking at a LinkedIn survey and saw that 59% of 25 to 34-year-olds feel very confused about what's next in their careers. Does that surprise you at all?
I'm actually more surprised that 41% feel like they have a clue what's going to happen next.
Maybe they're lying. You never know.
Not a bad thing.
It's not.
It's not a bad thing to not know what's going to happen next. I think it's important to be prepared and to have a lot of people who are fans of your work, because that's often how it happens. Like, work really, really hard, be the person everybody wants in the room, like be the person who runs to the work, because then you're going to have a food fight of people who want you to be part of their team. Don't be sort of set on it's got to be this or it's got to be this.
People ask all the time, should I have a 5-year plan, 10-year plan, life plan? You don't even know what the industry is going to be like in 5 years. With the rapid change in technology, we don't even know what's going to be out there.
It's probably helpful to have more of a 1-year plan. Envision where you want your life to be, and then write what that looks like as if it's already happened. And be really ambitious. You have to believe things are possible. So the things that have gotten in your way, I haven't lost 5 pounds, I haven't, accomplished this, I've been, a crappy spouse.
Yeah.
Just envision where you want your life to be, write it as if it's already happened, and then sort of plan your time backwards to accomplish what's in the vision, not the reactive things that we all get pulled into that do nothing to advance what's important to you. It's just other people wanting you to be around for their vision.
There's a lot of talk about women need to be very vocal in advancing their own careers. They need to push forward because nobody will do it for you. And yet when we think about it, I'm in your camp of the do good work and you move forward. People want to pick you. What do you think about that in terms of, do women have to push a little harder than men in terms of having their own voice and being their own best advocate?
Yes. But that's what I mean by be clear in your ambition. Like, yes, I want to go next. Yes, I want to do this. Because, people will still say things like, oh, she just had a baby, or, oh, does she really want to travel that much? Like, be clear that you want to keep going. That's step one. Don't lean back. If somebody has a lot of faith in you and comes and says, I think you can do this, because so many of us, I've done this. Oh, I'm not ready for that. I don't have enough skills for that. I can't handle one more thing to do because my time is full. So be open if somebody has enough faith in you to ask you to move forward, even if you're not ready.
So what happens when you're doing the work? You're doing good work. You've got your head down. You've got it happening. You know where you want to go, except you're also looking at social media and you're seeing all of these people and getting totally psyched out at everyone who is doing, in your mind, way better than you?
I work every day at silencing the inner voice, the inner critic of, you're not good enough for that,
Yep.
you're not this, you're not that. Social media is the worst, I
Yep.
think, at that, because everybody is faking their own awesomeness
Right.
a bit. Like, celebrate your own awesomeness. And
Yes.
social media is a great way to do that. It's great. But I strongly encourage people, and I try to do it myself, of also talk about the hot mess days and be really open about the
Yes.
messiness in your life, particularly if you've got a big job and you've got a family and there's a lot of people looking up saying like, oh my God, she has it all together. And they don't realize I'm looking at 5 other women saying, oh my God, she's got to blow out. And I've like fed
Yes.
my kids pancakes.
Right.
Be real about how every day is a hack for all of us.
Well, thank you so much for talking about your plan or lack thereof, both, a little bit of both, on your career and life. And I'm just so appreciative to have you on.
I'm like, whatever.
Now we flow.